Can you believe that it has been over 40 years since the iconic Australian soap drama A Country Practice premiered? Across an impressive 1,088 episodes across 14 seasons from November 1981 to November 1993, the drama followed the highs and lows of the townsfolk of fictional Wandin Valley, from the patients and staff at the hospital, to the locals and their everyday lives. It's been almost 30 years since the final episode aired, which begs the question, where are the cast of A Country Practice today? Shane Porteous. Following his time on the show as Dr. Terence Elliott, Shane hasn't done much television acting. He has however graced a number of theatre stages, performing in plays such as Hamlet, Death of a Salesman, King Lear and Much Ado About Nothing. This multi-talented man has also spent time doing voiceover work and scriptwriting for the likes of Neighbours and Home and Away, sometimes under the pseudonym of John Hanlon. Last we knew, he was living in the Blue Mountains with wife Jenny and his 3 adult children, Fiona, Polly and Ben. Brian Wenzel playing Sergeant Frank Gilroy. Brian is the oldest living cast member of the show at the age of 93. Since the show, he has appeared in several Australian films and plays including guest spots on Neighbours and on Rogue Live. In a 2021 interview with our sister publication New Idea, Brian admitted that he knew his acting and singing days were now over. "I got old suddenly. I can't work anymore, which I find frustrating. I have to use a walking frame to get around, so I sold the car. It's terrible to not be able to walk and I can't sing anymore, which is terrible. I am hoping against all hope that I can get it all back again." Lorraine Desmond. With a career that spanned over 55 years, Lorraine was no stranger to being in the public eye, representing the United Kingdom in the Eurovision Song Contestant in 1957, before returning to Australian in the 1960s where she was the first woman to ever win a gold Logie for her variety show, The Lorraine Desmond Show. After A Country Practice finished airing, Lorraine retired from television acting and said goodbye to her role as Shirley Gilroy and switched her focus to writing musicals, plays and even a regular column in our sister publication, That's Life. In May 2021, the actress passed away peacefully at the age of 91. Joyce Jacobs. After the show wrapped and her time as Esme Watson came to an end, Joyce had guest roles in films and the sequel series, G. before retiring from acting in 2006. She passed away peacefully at the age of 91 in 2013 after a decades-long battle with Parkinson's disease. Grant Dodwell. Despite being in his 70s, Grant is still a prolific actor, writer, director and producer. After his time on A Country Practice playing Dr. Simon Bowen came to an end, he went on to shows including Home and Away and Packed to the Rafters. Currently he is the creative producer of theatre streaming service Australian Theatre Live. Joan Sidney. After departing the show in her character of matron Margaret Maggie Sloane, Joan joined the cast of Neighbours in the recurring role of Valda Sheargold. Joan passed away peacefully in Sydney in December 2022 at the age of 86 following a lengthy battle with Alzheimer's disease. Gordon Piper. Once A Country Practice finished airing, life was relatively quiet for Gordon, who played Bob Hatfield on the show. After losing both his legs in 1997, he was forced to retire from acting and remained out of the spotlight until his death in 2004. Shane Withington. Following his stint on A Country Practice as Brendan Jones, Shane went on to play surf lifesaver John Palmer in Home and Away. He also married his TV wife Anne and the couple now live on Sydney's northern beaches with daughter Maddie. Anne Tenney. Well known for her portrayal of Melissa Molly, who can forget that heartbreaking death scene, Anne went on to star in a number of other iconic Australian series, most notably alongside Michael Caddon in beloved film The Castle and on Always Greener.